Hi everyone! Today we're exploring text complexity, why some books are easy to read and others are more challenging. Our goal is to understand how to select texts that support student growth. Think of a book that felt just right for you. What made it easy or hard? Text complexity is made up of three important parts. First, quantitative complexity, which includes things we can measure like sentence length and word difficulty. Second, qualitative complexity, which looks at meaning, structure, language, and how much background knowledge a reader needs. And third, reader and task, which considers the student's background knowledge, motivation, and the purpose for reading. So text complexity isn't just about how hard a text looks, it's also about how a reader experiences and understands it. Which of these do you think is the easiest to assess? Text complexity matters because it helps us choose the right text for our students. When we match students with texts that are appropriately challenging, we support their growth without causing frustration. It also helps us differentiate instruction since not all students are ready for the same level of text. For example, if a text is too difficult, students may shut down, but if it's too easy, they won't grow as readers. Think about a time you read something that felt really difficult. What made it challenging? To assess text complexity, we look at three things. First, quantitative measures like lexile level, sentence length, and word difficulty. Next, qualitative aspects, which include the text structure, language, and themes. And finally, reader and task considerations, things like the student's background knowledge, interest, and purpose for reading. For example, in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the sentences are fairly simple, but the plot and magical vocabulary make it more complex. Now, think about a book you know. How would you rate its complexity? To help students handle complex texts, we can use a few key strategies. First, scaffolding questioning, where we ask guiding questions to help them think deeply. Second, vocabulary previews, which gives students the words they need to understand the text. And third, discussion and reflection, which allows students to process ideas and make connections. For example, I might pause while reading and say, "What do you think this character wants?" to model thinking and start discussion. Which of these strategies do you think would help your students the most? Let's look at this scenario. A student is struggling with a text that has simple sentences but complex ideas. So I'm thinking the issue isn't quantitative, it's probably qualitative complexity, meaning the ideas are difficult to understand for them. So to support the student, I would model my thinking by pausing and saying something like, "This part seems important because it shows how the character is failing." I'd also ask guiding questions like, "What do you think is happening here?" to help them make meaning. So instead of focusing on decoding, I'd focus on understanding through modeling and discussion. What strategy would you choose? So to wrap up, text complexity is an important tool that helps us choose the right text and support students as they grow. By considering all factors, we can better match students with texts that challenge them without overwhelming them. As you think about your own classroom, ask yourself, what aspects of text complexity matter most for your students?